Let's bring in CTV's Michelle Boyer in Ottawa for more on this. And Michelle, I know you've been following this for us since we had the, the announcement by the Prime Minister, releasing these two gentlemen. So let's kind of bring Canadians back now to sort of how all of this came about.
Yeah, well, it depends on who you ask, honestly. At this point, it's the tale of two Michaels and the tale of two stories. You have the story that's coming out of China and the story that China is propelling to its people, and you also have the story of pretty much the ROW, the rest of the world, where China has been accused of hostage diplomacy. And as you mentioned, a Foreign Affairs Ministry spokesperson for China this morning saying that the two Michaels were released after being evaluated by health professionals, were released because of health reasons. That's what they tell their people in China. But the story here in the West is completely different. I do want to quickly share with you more of what China is saying, talking about the correlation between Meng as well as Michael Spavor and Michael Kovrig. They say Meng was a victim of political persecution and was able to return to China thanks to the government's unrelenting efforts. The case of Meng is completely different from that of Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor in nature. And again, we did hear from Kirsten Hillman, Canada's ambassador to the United States. She spoke with Evan Solomon on Power Play last night with a little insight on what happened behind the scenes. Take a look.
As the resolution for Ms. Meng was heading towards success, and the parties to that discussion felt that they were heading towards success, the Chinese government made its decision. And its decision was that it was no longer, in its interest to continue holding the Michaels. And so they started the process in talking to our officials in Beijing about making arrangements to have the Michaels leave.
So, Michelle, really interesting in terms of what she's saying. And as you mentioned there, what they were hearing from the Foreign Ministry in China. There now are a lot of questions, of course, as we're going to get more information from both those gentlemen once things have settled for them. Questions about that future relationship between Canada and China and where that's going to go.
The world has really seen the nasty side, the dirty side of China, and how it was willing to take political hostages for 1,019 days. And it showed what China was willing to do. But Canada was successful here. Canada was caught between two world superpowers and was able to rally support. Canada does need to maintain a trading relationship with China. But what we have heard is that, Canada will continue to stand up to China on its treatment of the Uyghurs, for example. But here's the reality is that Canada is not a world superpower. Canada is, has the population the size of California. So expect to see Canada and other countries, particularly the West, coordinating messages, coordinating pressure when necessary against China. But the reality is that the world needs China because we get a lot of stuff from there and for not a lot of money. And China knows it. Yeah, indeed. Certainly, it's going to be an interesting pivot there. All right, CTV's Michelle Boyer for us in Ottawa. We'll speak to you again later on this morning. Michelle, thank you so much for this. Thank you.